5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Woohoo. This shit.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, that's good enough. Can't do everything here.
Mike fuck shit up here.
I hope you superglued your hand. Hope you superglued your hand to it.
To your fucking balls.
You got to take
so
that.
you guys are, in case you're wondering what I'm doing here, I broke Biden's solar panel a little while ago, and I was a little rough on AOC a few minutes ago.
The sexual assault.
He was groping. You were groping the
super gluing her so she'll stand back up again because she was only laying down for me. So those big luscious chiclets of hers and that slightly crooked eye. I love it.
The lazy eye.
The lazy eye. Oh,
is it really lazy?
No, but they bulge out of her sockets enough to where you think they are. Don't you think?
You know what else also bulges out?
Mike?
Her penis.
It's an honest question. I don't know. What else does that?
So anyway, I'm super gluing her back to her base here. But yeah, she's got I don't know. I think this is pretty indicative of how she is most of the time. No.
Her arms crossed.
No. Yeah, I don't understand anything about economies, but I'll tell you about the Green New Deal.
That's an awesome impersonation.
All right, that was a good show.
Then you got, I am the Trumpinator. I will be back. Or I'll be back.
And this has been an episode of Mike playing with dolls.
Oh, you think she's good enough to stand on her own?
I'm sure. Super glue usually dries pretty quickly.
I put a pretty good glob on there.
Why don't you spend the show blowing on her feet?
Well, what do you think I am? Some sort of pervert? Jeez.
Yes.
So anyway, I'm what's my name again? I'm Clint Eastwood. Go ahead.
I'm an idiot for even coming to this show.
Well, we know that.
I'm Dirty Harry.
Whoa. Wait a minute.
Huh?
That is Clint Eastwood.
Not the Dirty Harry. I didn't shower.
Oh, your name happens to be Harry?
I didn't shower. You know?
Okay, I got it.
I'm not Callahan. It's Harry Smeed.
Smeed.
So how was your guys' weekend?
Not bad.
Or I should say weekend, since we haven't met in a couple weeks.
Wes Arnold sent us a video. I mean, Wesley Snipes sent us a video.
Why does the guy have two first names?
Wesley and Snipes.
Yeah.
Who has the first name Snipes?
He has three first names.
Maybe that's a gangster name. That'll be my name.
Snipes.
Welcome to the show, guys. I'm Snipes.
Snipes McGee.
I don't know what this video is, so I'm not going to push
It was
play.
dumb. I didn't understand it. I need to.
Wes, you're fired.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not very long.
You're fired, Wes.
It's
I don't
dumb.
know. Okay, I'll try to interpret this later.
Anything fun? No.
Did you do anything this weekend now?
No.
I heard you had some company over the other day. That was probably fun.
Queen Elizabeth.
Oh.
No, it's a poodle named Queen Elizabeth stopped by, and my whiskey bottle's empty. I don't know how that happened.
The Queen likes to drink.
Alcoholic.
We were talking about a few weeks ago. You're in the neighborhood,
Yeah.
so
I went to hang out with Iris.
and I got in the way. It's cock blocking you.
So they went out and parked in your driveway.
No, yeah, you had like a doctor's appointment or something in my neighborhood.
Yeah, I had a dentist appointment.
So one thing led to another. We're naked in bed.
Isn't that how production? Isn't that what production meetings are?
Yeah, we didn't have one, obviously.
We were just still discussing which one you'd get first. I knew you'd enjoy that because we just.
You know, dermatologists all agree that sleeping naked is what's best for you,
Is it?
for your skin.
I do, just don't do it at the park.
In your hobo lunch,
Yeah.
you just bring a half a six pack into the park and you
Don't
drink
like
the
that.
3 tall cans and you just sort of pass out for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to get a sunburn either. No, pajamas didn't become a thing until World War I in England when they stopped wearing nightgowns so that they could leave their houses immediately in the middle of the night if they had to. That's when pajamas came about. Till then, I mean, think of Ebenezer Scrooge. Right? He wore a nightgown and a freaking nightcap, a dress.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just learned that today.
I'm glad we don't have fact checkers here.
I already did the fact checking. They do it on the fly on CNN. So what the hell? I can do it.
Jamie, pull it up.
Jamie, yep. Jamie says, what? Yeah, he says I'm correct. Here, go ahead, pull it up. Yeah, oh.
Scroll down one, Jamie. Scroll, yeah, on the left.
You know what I like is the Whatever podcast. You know what I'm talking about? So Brian, the host of the Whatever podcast, it's like every time he'll ask a girl a question and then she's about to talk, he's like, scoot closer to the mic. Like every freaking time, he's always like, scoot closer to the mic, pull the mic in close. It's like, we can hear you just fine, dude. So that's an interesting show.
Or someone donates. They gotta stop. Ding ding, whatever the fucking song.
Yeah, if they donate a certain amount, then it has to read whatever that little robotic voice has to read the entire thing. But then it'll put like somebody put like 17 and then like 18 zeros after it, and it read out the whole number. It just took forever to read out the whole number.
I don't even know what we're talking about right
Other
now.
people were like,
because
because they just put a bunch of S's at the end of the
0 0 0 0 0 0.
So, okay, just YouTube the Whatever podcast. And usually what he has is girls that, let's just say, are of the promiscuous nature. Most of them have, like, half of them have like OF.
accounts.
And then the other side of the table will be either a conservative guy or a conservative guy and a couple conservative girls. And these are really long format podcasts.
Brown-haired guy?
Yeah, I think he's got like brown hair. They're like 6 hour long podcasts, dude. But there's usually little short clips on
he's a Christian dude. Christian values.
His name is Christian?
Well, I will also say donate to his foundation, BLM, Big Labias Matter. And it encourages women against getting labiaplasty.
Oh, yeah, I know who that's who I thought it was. I've seen clips of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Whatever podcast. It only says at whatever like 18 times in the background.
And I've seen that. He tells them truths, and then they get all pissed and leave the show.
Well, a lot of the girls they're repeat guests. So like Kiko's been on there like freaking 3-4 times.
Isn't that one you thought was hot, that big man that's now a woman?
With the hairy shoulders? Yeah.
They had the Job of the Hut meme going around for a while.
Mm-hmm. So anyway.
Did you ever hook up?
Yeah.
It's in the works.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
She want to come on this podcast?
No, there are.
I said she. Huh?
The funny thing about that show is a lot of these girls, he'll ask them to rate themselves, and they'll be like, "Oh, I'm a 10." He's like, "Come on." He's like, on a good day, like he's like, if I really do myself up, I would say I'm a solid 6 for a guy. Be honest with yourself. And then they'll just finally flat out tell him like, no, you're a solid 5 at best, or something like that. It's just like, what? They get all angry, and it's hilarious because some of these girls are not attractive and they think they're 10s, and it's like,
well, I think he's
some of them are hot.
And I've seen it elsewhere where he's asking them, oh, I'm a high value woman. Well, who sets that value? You can't set your own value. Others set your value. And they get all irritated by that.
Right. Or they had one with Charlie Kirk on there, and this porn star. Her name's Little Molly. her, and then there's another girl on there too that
she thought hard on what she was going to wear, her wardrobe for that.
Oh yeah, because she was nipping out like the whole show.
Yeah,
but no, and then she asked Charlie Kirk, "Well, have you ever beat off to my porn video?" I was like, "Well, what the hell?" And then there's another girl on there too that's young and cute. Well, I've watched both these girls now in action, and their porn is horrible, absolutely horrible. So it's not even like they're trying. Like porn stars of the old days, man, they freaking tried. Like they actually acted. So they fulfilled the fantasy a little bit better. These girls are just getting, it handed to them. And then you're like, dude, okay, nothing like I thought it would be. It's horrible.
Was this a recent that you watched the videos?
Well, I think Little Molly's been on there a couple of times.
Yeah.
And then
no, I mean like you've said you watched them work.
I've watched them. Videos. I've watched them work, and they're on more than OF. So I mean, they're on the sites, and I'm like, maybe porn just doesn't do anything for me anymore. But
it has to be gay porn,
dude. Come on, you remember like. Let's see. Let's think of a good one, like Kobe Ty. Remember her? Like you probably into her.
I don't know. I honestly don't know these names. And I'm not gonna.
Oh yeah, innocent. These guys. Oh, now they're like.
I'm not gonna play innocent, but I'm not like so involved in it that I'm like, oh, that's Shannon. Show me your dick. I don't know what the hell.
You watched her.
Yeah. See, you have you did remember these names. Freaking liar. I love these guys that won't even admit that they've never no, I would never do.
No,
bullshit.
I'm not saying I never have. I'm saying I don't know their names.
I'm not saying fantasy, I do on a regular basis, but when you see them on the whatever podcast, the curiosities are like, all right, let's go find one of their videos.
So it's the fantasy, right? Good. Like watching porn, and it's kind of like, what the fuck? Living someone else's life through living through them. What the fuck is that word? Anyway, so vicariously, right? You do it that way. So like you bring up Kobe Tai. Well, I grew up in a mostly Asian neighborhood. So like when I look at porn, I want to see something that I don't
isn't Asian.
Yeah, like a one-legged, black woman or something,
midget
or something. Well, you know what I mean. So
hermaphroditic midget porn.
I mean, okay, I could Kobe Tai, she's cute, but like because
she reminds you of your mother.
Because I see Asians left and right in high school.
But I'm just saying, take her looks out of it, just the acting ability in it, right? How she was just kind of wild.
Who the fuck is watching their acting?
Jenna
Jameson. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, let's go with that.
Peter North.
Well, yeah, everyone liked Peter North because everybody envied him. Damn, dude, he just like shot it in the next neighbor's window. Like, holy crap.
And he's still
Who gets that kind of distance?
And he's still going.
Yeah.
And still going. And still going.
But that's, I don't know. He says who's watching the acting, but I'm telling you, if you watch these scenes with these younger girls, you're like, what the hell is this? This is, no, man.
All right, put one up for the show. Let's see. I'm kidding.
Whoa! I have it queued up.
He's got a hyperlink right there on his home. I'm just saying. But anyway, yeah, but they'll bring someone ultra good, like Charlie Kirk was on there. But I will say this, Charlie Kirk, how he gets very confrontational. He's in like college crowds and stuff like that. He was so not confrontational in this. He was actually extremely polite.
And there's some women they hold their own on that show too.
Yeah. There are some.
They don't lose it, and they're to me their point of view it's flawed, but then they do stand their ground.
Yeah.
So it gets interesting. The ones that lose it and just fucking walk off all pissed. So you got to shake your head at that shit.
So then here's a question for you.
You knew what you were walking into.
Yeah.
If you had an opportunity, let's say you're not married or you're younger or whatever, would you take that opportunity with a porn star?
No. Not with a porn star.
So why is the reason? Is the reason because they've been with a lot of men or because you don't feel like you'll stand up to what they've already...
Well, it'll be like just for the fun of it. There's no way it's going to go further than sex.
Well, yeah, there's
for
that,
thing.
but it's just in real life. It's not because I would worry about not comparing to other dudes. That wouldn't be it. But
even though that's true,
but I certainly wouldn't date him. So going back to this girl, little Molly, she's got a boyfriend that she's serious about, but she likes to do other men. And so they asked her, like, let's say you were well-to-do, you needed no money, and all the money in the world that you need. Then would you still? This was a question I think Charlie Kirk asked her, and would you stop doing porn? She's like, no, and he's like, why? And she's like, well, because I really just like doing that. So it's like, okay, then you're not serious about your man.
She's like an exhibitionist. She loves showing off her body and people and whatnot. So.
But anyway, whatever. I mean, it's an interesting podcast to say the least.
It's kind of, I mean,
so if you
probably get in trouble for this, but they have issues. I think like to just have like a one-nighter, okay, but to like just have one just around, even just like a fuck buddy. I think next thing you know, you're going to have a fucking knife in your back or something. I don't know.
Well, anything can happen. Well, with this girl too, I think Charlie also asked her like, so tell me something like, tell me about your father. And she's like, well, I haven't talked to him in this many years. He's like, well, I have to say that does not surprise me. So it's just like, but he was that polite. It wasn't just like, well, this is what happens when you don't have a relationship. He wasn't like that.
So a business question. If you knew that you're dating this porn star would enhance our viewership on this podcast, would you do it?
If it would enhance our podcast?
Yeah, viewership.
If I dated a porn star?
Yeah, even for a brief time.
No. Dude, my values are higher than that. So
you don't value Al and I enough to put yourself on the line?
Well, we've had our run with our fair share of videos. So
you're trying to compare to him to like what's his name? The hot one, Sean Evans, whatever. Is that his name?
Oh yeah, he did.
He dated that porn star for a while.
I don't think I could bring myself to it.
I'll make like a business agreement, to have her like part of the cast, or him. I'm not gonna exclude.
What about they or it or them?
Yeah, I'm not gonna exclude. It'll be more like a business deal, but
there's so many genders out there, though. Al.
Yeah, it'll be more like a one night stand, but then I don't go for that either. I don't go for one night stands.
What about that Adam 21? What's his name? 22 Adam?
22, yeah. Yeah, he flamed Sean.
Where he let his wife and has proceeded to let his wife.
Yeah.
Oh, with Andrew Tate or
the No Jumper podcast. Well, the No Jumper podcast, he had her sleep with some porn star, and she apparently was rolling her eyes back more than she's ever in her life. Yeah. And then some other guy, I think it was on the show.
She had the porn star that dated the Sean Evans dude too. He had her on there, and he had her.
Yeah, but see, that's exactly it. That's what porn now promotes is like cuckoldry and all this other shit. Porn's when we were young and we found a porn, it was just kind of like this
flipping
guy.
Pages like this.
The guy walks.
Don't lick your fingers.
No, even if you had a VHS tape. Yeah, the freaking one porn you and 5 of your friends shared. It was like under a rock behind a tree 6 miles from your house.
Hidden in your dad's bedroom, and 2 of the pages were stuck together.
No. My dad didn't have any porns. My buddy's dad had a freaking stack of Playboys, and we took a couple. Oh yeah, of them.
That's my dad when I was younger.
But no, I mean when we were like porn, I hate to say it, but it was more wholesome. It's like the cable guy comes over, he's like, I'm here to check out your connection. He's just sitting there chewing gum. She's like, you could check out my connection. And then that's it. It's not like this dark shit that's on there now.
You just defeated your whole argument about good acting right there.
Well, no, I know. The acting was cheesy, like leading up to it. But, oh my gosh, it's gotten so dark. And then, so when you have these podcasts now where the guy's actually now pretty much cucked himself out, and it's like no.
We gonna do that here, Al?
What, cuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have a wife, so I'm the only one that can't.
Or who's this other guy that's like in New York or New Jersey or something like that, and he's dating a trans, And he's like, well, no, it's just that I like feminine. And then he has to tell the whole world he's alpha male like a million times a day. He's like, if you got to tell the world you're alpha, you're not alpha.
And they're saying, well, he's gay, and he's like denying it.
Yeah.
I'm not gay.
Well, has your girlfriend had bottom surgery? Well, no. Okay. Well, okay. I don't know how that works. It's not computing. But hey, man, to each his own.
Live in your world.
Just don't push it on my kids.
Will this get our ratings up?
No, something's up.
But anyway, all I'm saying porn. Is going back to what started all this. The whatever podcast is probably a lot of times it's a guilty pleasure. What do you call that? A guilty pleasure of mine. Sometimes it's just fun to watch because all it is drama. You're not getting anything really real knowledge or anything else. But yeah, you'll have like Michael Knowles on there or something talking to these girls and trying to convert them to be Catholic. And you're just like, oh, geez. So like, this is not the time to start that. Just if you want to tell them what they're doing is wrong,
well, and you
want to have that debate, okay.
The Asian girl in the corner with the German helmet.
Sometimes she's like, she'll like lip sync or mouth whatever somebody's saying, and she's fairly accurate at it. And you're like, what the hell? What the hell is her name?
I heard her speak sometimes. Like she made comments about whatever the discussion is, but it's rare.
Well, sometimes she has posed as a guest on there too before. Yeah. Her and her boyfriend were both on there.
Yeah.
And they have like a very solid relationship, and they want to get married, and I think they were even saving themselves till marriage and all this other stuff. So I don't know if I'm thinking of the right couple now, but there was another time where there's this girl.
They have a better doll than we do too.
There was a girl on there named Alexis, something like that. And she's a project manager in San Francisco, and cute gal, all this other stuff. And she talked about how she got on one of these dating sites, and she set up, she would do 50 dates. And that was, she's got to be able to find the right man in 50 dates. And pretty much after each date, she would call yay or nay. She's just dating. It's kind of like a compatibility screening, let's say. She's like, and the guy she ended up being her boyfriend was like number 16, and it was somebody that by his picture, she probably would have just kept swiping. But because she gave him a chance, she really liked his personality. They hit it off, whatever, and she was really attracted to him. But Brian like beat her up so freaking bad, saying that you 50 dates with 50 guys. Like, I would think if I was like number 16, that means like, well, that means you were better than the 15 guys before you. But she's just going at, like, sometimes she said it would just be coffee or a walk in the park. Like, I'm not looking at them from take me out to a fancy dinner or anything like that. I just want to give them a chance and not judge them just by their picture. I go, what the hell's wrong with that? She's not sleeping with him.
You don't know that.
Well, she said no. That was out of the question.
Oh yeah.
And he even raked on her when
they always say that.
Officer Tatum was on there. He freaking brought her up again, and I'm like, come on, dude. You knew damn well what her intentions were. Mm-hmm. She's busy. She's living in San Francisco. She's single, and she's a project manager. Her project management pay probably barely pays for her cost of living, and it's like she's busy. Yeah, I get it. It's like, well, we had something like that back in the 80s and 90s. It was called speed dating, and it was totally okay.
Where you took speed on your date?
Yeah.
I remember those days.
But anyway.
She's a hoe.
Needless to say, when I don't want to think and I don't want to watch, or I just want something on in the background, I'll put that show on. But there is no intellectual value to it, really.
So what it's question time. So what if you're dating someone, right? Getting to know him, he gets kind of serious, but in bed, your woman is a freak. Would that be like, this is fucking cool, or would you be like, wait, what's her body count? Like, where would that go? But she's a fucking freak. Would that be like a red flag?
It would be fun, but I think you would wonder where's her body count. But I truly believe that even women I've dated are probably freakier than they presented themselves during whatever we were doing.
I think we've all been.
Yeah.
Because
where there's a woman where it's like, whoa, I didn't expect this at all.
Yeah.
Once you guys get going at it. But I don't think it would bother me terribly. Because right now, you're here now in this moment. You're not in...
I mean, yeah, it's like, damn. But when you're done,
now
you'd be like, whoa.
If before anything happened, she told me she's with like 30 guys, we probably wouldn't even get to the bed.
That was just today.
Yeah, we probably wouldn't even get to the bed.
Just before noon.
Let's be honest, though. I mean, if you were dating at our age, I'm a little older than you. Al's a lot older than me.
Yeah.
Yeah, geriatric.
You got to figure I'm going to be 50 here in a little bit. Chances are that 30 is probably based on, I mean, you even figure 1 a year. In their 20s, probably 2, 3, 4 a year, 5 a year. It could be 10 a year. I don't fucking know. 30 is probably not that outrageous a number when you start.
Not by today's standards.
I mean,
but seriously, if you did 1 a year for 30 years, how come you haven't gotten your shit together in 30 years?
Because that's not enough time to develop being a freak, so you can pick one up and
okay. If God forbid something happened to Tanya and like a few years passes by, and then I always said I would date a woman if there was ever going to be a second chance at even having another marriage. This woman would be the same age as me or older. Now, she sits there and says, "Oh, I've been with like 45 dudes." Yeah, I'd have a little bit of a problem with that, even if she's freaking 50 years old.
So would it be worse if she's been with 45 one time or 145 times?
No, if she said, now, I was married for a time, she actually was committed to somebody, and then something happened to him or whatever reason the marriage fell apart, and that resulted in, okay, I've been with like 10 guys in my life or 12 guys in my life, then it's like,
I think you're underestimating. And I probably couldn't answer this question. I think
you'd be surprised.
Do you guys know what your body counts are?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't truly give you a real number. I never kept track, but
I know
that's not me bragging. I'm just
plus
saying,
or minus 1. I don't know how accurate.
Well, it's more like less than 10 or greater than 10.
Less than 10.
Well, greater. Is it over 20? Probably, but I don't know. I'd never. Sometimes, and this is going to sound like shit, but sometimes something will spark a memory like, oh yeah, I forgot about that person. You know what I mean? Like hanging out with friends and whatever for a little while.
But this is the same reason why I wouldn't do one night stands, because I have done something on the first date, dated the girl for a little while, went on, a couple of weeks, went on a vacation, came back 2 weeks later. She was banging my friend. I'm like, that's not surprising.
Yeah, I've had that.
That's not surprising. And then that's where it's like, dude, do you want to go through that? Do you want to feel that again? It's like, no, I kind of like this chick. So after that, I was like, no, she wants to hop in a sack right away. We're not, this isn't going to be anything serious. So.
Yeah. It's just
now,
it's a test drive.
She puts off hopping in the sack and then you do, and she's really crazy. I think that's kind of where your question was going. You're like, this is freaking awesome.
I mean,
I don't know,
at the moment you'd be like, yeah. And then, but after you'd be like, huh, that was interesting.
And you're like, I kind of like her sneaking that finger in there.
But now I will also say that my mind now is different than my mind was when I was 20. So like right now I'd probably be like, there would be certain information I would want to know before we did anything.
What's your credit score?
So my credit score?
No, that's what you're asking.
Oh yeah, no, exactly.
You're like,
well, okay. We had a coworker that we worked with. I'll tell you his name off camera, but
Wes?
No, he left the company. He went to go work for another company. I ran into him in the gym, and then I said, well, how's the wife and the kids? Oh, my wife and I got divorced. And I said, oh, okay. And he mentioned that it turned out his wife was having like a 2 or a 3 year relationship behind his back. He was like, I can't handle this. So they broke off the marriage. Then he went out, got through all that, because I hadn't seen him in like 4 or 5 years. And he started dating a girl, and they dated for over a year before he proposed. But one thing he made it very clear, he's like, it was difficult, but I want to make it clear that I will not do that or get in bed with anybody until I'm married to them. And so he did. He held off. And he's like, and she's the freaking best woman in the world. So, I mean, then again, at the beginning of his marriage, I thought maybe he probably thought his wife was the best thing in the world. So I don't know. It's hard to say. But he actually stuck to his Christian values and said, no, I won't do that until marriage. So I don't believe in it anymore. But when you're young, yeah, you think more on the fly, and your pecker leads you around and everything else, and you do stupid stuff. And
I'll agree to that. I don't. When I was younger, every decision I made,
probably have more self-control.
Where I was going, what were the plans for the weekend, all involved, our girl's going to be there. Hey, you want to come with us? Your friends would invite you. Be like, are there girls going to be there? I mean, unless you're going to do sports or something like that.
Yeah.
It was like, is there going to be some girls there?
Yeah.
That was a question asked. I can say 99.9% of the time.
But now my values, and I wouldn't have thought this when I was 20, 25, maybe even 30. My values now are your best thing to do is wait until marriage.
I hope there's no girls there. That's how I think now. So they ruin everything. They ruin your scholarship.
Well, is it them?
They ruin your life.
Or is it
ruin your income.
Is it the ones you're choosing? So
the ones with vaginas? Yes. That's my problem.
What if you have no intentions of getting married again?
I mean,
the hassle of
never say never, but I mindset.
But that's, you know what? As crazy as it sounds, if you abstain, then you'll be more selective. And so you may actually marry again. You can't you can never say never. You don't know.
I'll do it for the tax break. That's about it.
It's not even really a tax break anymore.
Yeah.
My relationships, I found that I help them more than they help me. It's not much of it in the middle.
Well, there's got to be better reciprocation than that.
Well, it's not that they're not trying, but I always seem to meet girls with low credit scores.
Yeah, I mean, are you just talking like financially?
Like everything.
Well,
like
first
everything.
and foremost.
Emotional support. I feel like I'm always like, and I think men do that, right? We shut everything off and like, how come you're not talking? Well, because I have to deal with your fucking problems all the time. I put mine to the back burner. But that's the truth.
Well, men tend to just push their problems down anyway. Like, fuck it, I don't care. I'll fucking deal with it.
Well, because if you bring them up, then it just regurgitates their problem more. You've just made their problem worse. Like, oh, you're so mean to me. You're always telling me what. Shut the fuck up.
And we're supposed to be the emotionally stable one, right? Men, we're supposed to take the burden, for everything. Shut your mouth and just fucking handle it like a man, It's kind of like.
Well, that's how you should lead. Yeah,
should do it, but yeah.
Like, and then the wife should be the complement to the husband.
Yeah.
So, in other words,
but the problem is life is too easy now. That men were, whatever you want to call it, the patriarchy, taking charge and doing things, because before we had the modern conveniences of a store and everything else, they needed to rely on a man. So it was by choice. It was by consent. To do it.
This goes
now they're like, I don't need a man. I'm strong and independent.
Well, no. Well,
because the grocer gets me my meat now.
Well, because the society has allowed that and it's promoted that. But the whole feminist movement did it and didn't do a thing for women, because they've bashed masculinity so much that now you have a weak male society, and they go, where all the men go? It's like, well, gee, I wonder. You're not letting men take the helm.
Yeah, because they're not allowed to.
So these girls that are shaking their booty on OF, they think they're going to get some rich millionaire. They're not. Rich millionaires don't want that. So,
you know what a rich millionaire is going to get? The submissive.
This is similar to what you're going about
woman.
With body count. So you've talked about your body count. You're definitely over 10, whatever. But men, this is why it's different with men and women. Men can go be with this one, be with this one, be with this one, whatever. And it's not to say it can't be emotional. It can, but it has no emotional impact on them in the long term. Whereas women sleep with 5 men or more, they have an 80% chance of their marriage being not being happy in their marriage. So body count matters with women because they involve their emotions more so.
Yeah. That's why the term post-nut clarity. Because reality is we go in it with that supercharged, like, yes.
Yeah.
And then when you're done,
when
the
novelty
reality
wears
is
off,
it takes everything out of you of whatever you were feeling, and you're like, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
That's why before you go on a date, you should always jerk off.
Unload.
Clean the pipes.
Unload the gun.
That way you're not like running in like, I love you. Oh, fuck.
Did those words just come out of my mouth? I don't know, man. Well, I will say sexual promiscuity, it's been a detriment. And cell phones and technology have not helped that at all. Yep. But and then now the full sexual perversion of society, one of the downfalls of an empire is sexual perversion. Happened in the Roman Empire too. This isn't.
I'm just waiting
science.
for the bathhouses.
This is a repeat of history.
What was that?
Caligula. I just wanted a good bathhouse to go to. You guys ready?
Yeah. Let's go.
Or what do they call that massage that starts with a T? It's a T. It's like Tumu massage, Tomo, whatever. Where a female pretty much massages your whole body with her whole body.
Oh.
And it usually results in a happy customer, let's say.
She gets the kinks out.
Yeah, there's a certain name for that type of massage.
Tiramisu?
No.
Kama Sutra.
But anyway.
Tantrum.
Chupacabra.
Not tantrum.
Let's see if...
Tantric. No.
No, it's not tantric. That's a different D.
She's based.
Let's see if Alexandria occasional cortex is holding on here.
Did you call her occasional?
Yeah.
I think that was a good discussion for our first run, though.
Well, I'm going to see if I can...
Too bad I wasn't recording.
Al's not going to put it up anyway. He says he's not going to. So...
Well, we kind of went off script here, but...
that was a good discussion.
Yeah, I think we ended here.
If you guys remember what that massage is, comment below.
Turmeric.
Tantric.
She sprinkles turmeric all over you. And
she loves Indian food.
All right, guys. Thanks for showing
Tulsi
up. I hope you got something out of this episode. Like, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications for all our latest uploads.
It's better than porn.
So,
good night,
thanks, guys. Good night, Greg.
Why are you sending fucking dick pics again? Jeez.
Those were actual photos.
I figured.
You heard of blackface? I did black dick.
Oh, did you see that?
Squad.
About to say. Oh shit! I did break her. Damn! I got to super glue her back on there.
My God, we can't have nice stuff. You don't have to fix it now. Jeez.
I know.
The super glue is right there. It's 100 feet away.
Yeah, but it's -2 degrees outside.
Oh, quit your lying.
You thought your sack was small now.
Well, that's our show, folks. Thanks for tuning in.
Did you guys actually kick off?
Yeah.
Kick off?
We did like 5.
Plans here fixed in Alexandria Ocasio-Cortex. Alexandria occasional cortex. Shit, I forgot to put my headphones on.